Today, a magistrate judge released a D.C. police sergeant accused of trying to get away from federal officers against the wishes of prosecutors. Those prosecutors wanted Sergeant Montez Clark held without bond, in part because of the two men with him when he was arrested, and because of the illegal guns police say they found in the car he was driving. Our Paul Wagner was in the courtroom for today's hearing and has our story.
Sergeant Montez Clark waived his right to a preliminary hearing today, but not before the prosecutor in the case asked the magistrate judge that Clark be held without bond, specifically because when Clark was arrested earlier this week, in the car with him were two known gang members, one of them having just spent time in prison with gun possession. Sergeant Montez Clark faces a charge of fleeing federal officers. In court today, prosecutors made a point to say, when he was finally stopped Monday night along Southern Avenue in Southeast, Clark was in the car with two other men. Today in court, prosecutors identified those men as known members of a gang from 37th Place Southeast. Court documents have identified the two as Russell Campbell, a rapper known as Gizwop, and Sacco Yates, both with criminal records. In fact, Campbell was released from federal prison in the spring and was on supervised release. A news release issued by the U.S. Attorney's Office in January of 24 said Campbell is, quote, an influential rapper and is affiliated with a violent group originating in 37th Place Southeast that refers to themselves as the Fox 5 gang. The release goes on to say Campbell is accused of being involved in a shootout in the 200 block of 37th Place in October of 21. During Monday's traffic stop in the district, federal agents and local police say they found two handguns. One, a Glock 19 fitted with a giggle switch. In 2021, News 4 showed clips of what a giggle switch can do, turning a simple pistol into a machine gun. News 4 has learned 3 search warrants filed for all 3 men, including Sergeant Clark, show investigators took DNA samples from the men to see if any of their profiles are on the guns found inside Clark's car. Although Campbell and Yates were initially charged along with Sergeant Clark, those charges were dropped. In court today, Sergeant Clark's attorney said Clark grew up on 37th Place and became a police cadet at 16. He then made sergeant on the force before his 27th birthday. She said he's never been in trouble with the law. Clark has been placed on administrative leave with pay. In the district, Paul Wagner, News 4.